Um, welcome. I think I'd say this is probably to my future self and whoever decides to watch it. But yes, the channel is back and running, I hope. And this is a new segment. I'll try to be exploring new things. And today, with me, I have my very good friend and sister, Trishana. Trisha, Trish,
Trish.
Trish. Do you mind telling us a bit about yourself?
Okay, it wasn't fair. No. um, I don't know. I go to the embassy church. I am a youth leader, but that's not my entire identity. I'm a follower of Christ, love
Yes.
Jesus,
Yes.
and love worship, love all of these different things, and pretty much these things fill my life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just try to be faithful where I am with where God put me in right now. I'm about to start a job, so it is a really good season and all that good stuff. And yeah,
Yes, that's good. Congratulations on the job again, for real.
thank
Like it's
you.
been a long time coming. Yes. And I don't know where I'm gonna put this video out, but right now we're in a season that we Christians really appreciate. I would like to say I believe, I hope, and I hope everyone should appreciate this season. And it's the season of,
Lent,
is it Lent or Easter?
Lent, Easter.
Is it not same difference, is it?
Uh, well, like right now we're in the Lent like season, like in the 40 days before
Mm-hmm.
um the before Easter, but we're about to approach the Holy Week, so yeah.
Okay. So can you, we need the cheat sheet. We need the cheat sheet. Yeah. We are live too. But anyways, would you it's good, it's for myself. Don't worry about the audience. Yes. What does this season mean to you personally? Like, yeah.
So I think the meaning of Lent has changed for me
Okay.
because I grew up Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to do Lent sometimes.
Okay.
And it was more like, oh, I had to give something up, or I committed to doing something more, but there wasn't really a why behind it because I didn't love Jesus.
Okay.
I guess in the way that I would say I do now, like I hadn't devoted my life to him or anything like that. But basically, like you're asking like what Lent is type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah. What?
Basically it's like the 40 days leading up to Easter, and normally people give something up, or like I said, or they introduce a new habit kind of thing, and it's mainly like this idea of like partnering um with like what Jesus did. Obviously it's not to the same extent, but it's like as he sacrificed, we sacrifice something in remembrance.
Okay.
um so yeah, that's in a nutshell what it is.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And
At least my understanding of it.
I mean, cool. Like, to be honest, like I didn't really have any idea of Lent because
Mhm.
although I grew up Methodist, I
Mhm.
just felt like we were Protestant and or slash Pentecostal. At least that's how my church was. So
Yeah.
I could not even, and we didn't do Lent. So I heard about Lent, but I just thought, right, it's just a practice. It's the next practice. But
Yeah.
like I've seen you and a couple of our other friends do Lent, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is something we need to take note of. So do you think it's necessary and
Mm.
yeah, why do you think it is like
Well,
is essential, or like what's your experience?
I don't know if it's necessary or essential, but I'll say the reason why I did it this year
Mm-hmm.
is because we've been doing the Bible plan in a year. We've been reading
True.
the Bible for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and we were reading like Exodus and Leviticus, Numbers. You know, those
Yeah.
books that are more like, I guess, hard to get through for some people because it's just rules, regulations, this and that. But something that I thought was notable as we were reading was like the things that they would do in order. I'm gonna sneeze.
Yeah. Bless you.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
School.
But it. Oh my gosh.
No, it's cool. Take your time.
Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, no. So it was the things that they would do in order to remember the things that, like, that God had done for them, in order, like, getting them out of Egypt, all this different stuff, setting up the stones even of remembrance and stuff like that, like the altars that they would build, things like that. I'm just like, there was such an importance to remembering, and like not having like what God has done lost on us, I guess. Like, I know, like, a practical practice that we do now that would be a thing of remembrance is communion, or the Eucharist or whatever. So like, we have those practices now, but I just thought, like, I really want to do this leading up to Easter, and I've honestly been learning a lot. I have a lot of like different thoughts, or like things that it's made me reflect on, because the whole point is, like, as I'm giving these things up, or like for me, I give up fast food. As I'm giving up fast food, I'm reflecting on what Jesus did in his sacrifice as well. So it's like, that's always called to remembrance.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Is it possible to give us like a few of those things you like reflected on?
Absolutely.
Okay,
So
cool. Go ahead.
one of the things that like has been really huge for me is, as I've been reflecting, is when Jesus was on his way, like when he was being accused and all this kind of stuff, like he was silent.
Okay.
And he kind of took on the sin of the world, all of this, the judgment of it, with nothing. After he cried out in the garden and said, "My God," sorry, after he said, sorry, "Not my will but yours be done, like, if this cup can pass from me, let it pass."
Yeah.
He kind of just subjected himself to the will of God, and then even as man taunted him, mocked him, all this kind of stuff, he remained silent. And it's made me reflect on that, because I have been anything but silent. I've been like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm hungry, da 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 da, like all of these different things. And it just made me think about, like, because he was fully man, fully God. But like the humanity in us that just wants, like, people to either understand what we're going through, or like want just, like, I don't know, a communal aspect, even attention or whatever. Like, he was just like, I'm humbling myself to the point where like I'm gonna be silent in the midst of this, because I feel like we would want to defend our honor or whatever. Like, I've said it before, but I'm like, I definitely could not be Jesus, because if I was on the cross and I hear people mocking me from down there, I'm freezing time. I'm freezing time, but I'm not unfreezing some eyes so they can see me do something mad, and then I get back up on the cross, unfreeze them, and be like, what are we talking about? Like,
I'm done.
But like, the humility of Jesus, I think, is just something that's so highlighted, I guess, throughout this time. And like, as I've been doing this, I'm like, if I'm complaining about this little sacrifice, he gave up his life.
True.
So it, like, I don't know, it makes me that much more appreciative of like everything that Jesus has done. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, because like you said, it's easy to I mean, we're human, so like we complain about everything. Like if the slightest inconvenience, like, I don't know, but you guys know the Canadian weather is not one to be friendly with. So like even that too, we complain. So let alone taking on the sins of the world. That's good. I never thought about Lent in that way, like allowing you to reflect. I know, like, you do, like, once in a while, I do have this moments of thoughts where I'm like, this is crazy, like how my life is this way, and maybe someone that lived before me probably went through this, but in a different way. But like reflecting on life in comparison to Jesus is totally different, and I'm grateful you're able to share that with me and my future self and those watching as well. So that's good. That's good. And before we leave, because this is the first time we're doing this on video, although we've had our discussions, we never know who's watching, my future self or whoever, and they don't necessarily know about Easter or like Christianity. Like, what would be something you'd give to them, like a nugget? You know, like they say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. I mean, but any journey, even if I want to get up from here and get water, like I have to take a step. So what would be that step for the person watching that doesn't necessarily know about God?
I would say the simplest thing.
Mhm.
I would say the gospel, because the gospel is the power to save. It's everything, for us as Christians, and like for you who might be curious or whatever. Like this is the central thing that we have to understand. And unfortunately, I think there's even Christians who aren't confident in what the gospel is. So I think we get lost sometimes. But the simplest form of the gospel, Jesus is the saving King. Like he saves us. He was, like I said, fully man, fully God, king, like existed from the beginning, all of this beautiful stuff. And he comes down to earth. He comes down from heaven, unlike any other God, and it doesn't come to be served but to serve. So and serve and connect us with God. And I think that's something that's so beautiful. And like something like Lent, something like what, since that was what the conversation was centered around, like reminds me of the gospel, of the fact that he came to serve. That's why he could be silent, because it's like, well, I didn't come to serve myself. I actually came for the sake of man, for the sake of us, and saving us from ourselves and our own sin and all of this different stuff. So I guess I would say, yeah, I would pray that you would come to see Jesus as, I guess, the saving King, and whatever situation you might find yourself in, where you're like, this feels like above me, knowing that it's under his feet. And yeah, when we submit to him, we get to truly see like the fullness of what he's capable of doing, and it's more than you can ask, think, or imagine. I promise you. So yeah.
That's facts. Yes, I've lived a testimony of God's goodness. Let's just leave it at that. And thank you guys, whoever's watching, myself included, for this segment. And thank you very much, Trish.
No problem.
We shall continue these discussions later.
Yes,
And bye for now, family. Arigatou gozaimasu. I don't know why I said that.